In this lecture, we are going to see another numerical on the method of section. The question is given as calculate the forces in members BC, BE and EF. In this question, a truss is given, but remember it is not mentioned anywhere which method you have to use. So, as you know that limited members are asked to find out means the method of section itself, the question you can say that we have to solve by using the method of section. For this numerical, we can see the given truss is externally loaded at point D, hinged at point A, and roller support is provided at point G. The very first step is draw the free body diagram of the given truss. Provide roller 1 reaction, provide hinge 2 reactions, represent external load as it is, and show all the members for the truss as it is. Highlight the members which are asked to find out. The member BC, BE and EF. Member BC, BE and BF and EF are defined at this point. So I have highlighted them with different color. These members, for that I have to pass section line so that the truss will be divided into two parts. Section line 1 I have passed from these three members like this, and I have mentioned axial force in each member, and I have assumed tensile nature of each member initially, and I have represented them along the section line. Now, by considering the free body diagram, in this case, this BE is the inclined member amongst these three members which are asked to find out. So, we need to find out BE and EF's angle with respect to horizontal axis X. I have mentioned BE angle theta and EF angle alpha. With this case, the dimensions of the truss are given. You can see that the height is 2, base is 3. With respect to this, I can solve this triangle by using tan theta opposite upon adjacent. With this, theta become equals to 33.69. Alpha become equals to, this side is 1 because upward distance it is 2. Remaining total distance is 3. Remaining will be then 1. So in this triangle, I can say that opposite upon adjacent 1 by 3, it become equals to tan inverse of 1 by 3, that is alpha, it is 18.43. The very first condition in that we have drawn the free body diagram of the given truss. Now the second step is to find out the stability of the truss. In this truss, total 11 members are there, total joints are 7, and total support reactions are 3. With this case, how I have find out 11 reaction? Count the reaction. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and this is 11. Total members in the truss are 11. Joints are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 7 joints are. Total support reactions are 3. 1, 2, 3. So with this case, the LHS is equals to RHS. That's why truss is perfect truss. The next step is to find out the support reactions. Support reactions, when we find out, we have to consider entire truss, and we have to apply all the conditions of equilibrium. As you see, the entire truss, when we consider, it is our non-concurrent force system. So we are applying the conditions of non-concurrent force systems. So with this case, we are saying summation of moment at point A is equals to 0. At point A, there are two unknowns. While taking the moment at point A, these unknown forces moment will be 0. And with that, you will get one unknown as gx. Then by taking moment at point A, you will find out gx. Gx is rotating towards the point A in anti-clockwise sense, that's why its moment is positive. 14 kilonewton rotating towards the point A, it is in clockwise sense, that is it is minus. So with this case, gx value we got as 42 positive. It means that gx assumption is correct. It is acting rightward. Summation fx equals to 0. So all the members along x direction, when I sum it, I'll got ax. Ax is the member which is acting at the point A, and its direction I have assumed in rightward. But answer for this ax comes as minus. It means that magnitude of ax member is correct. Magnitude of ax force is correct, but the direction we have assumed it is wrong. We need to correct it. The corrected direction of ax is towards left direction with magnitude 42 kilonewton. Summation Fy if we apply, so then we can find out magnitude of force Ay. Ay become equals to 14 kilonewton positive. It means that the answer is 14 kilonewton upward. Assumption is correct, that's why answer is positive. The next step in that, we have to find out force in the members of the truss. It means that we have to analyze the truss to find out magnitude and nature in the members of the truss. So for that case, we have to select any one part. Any one part, I have selected in this case right hand side part. Why I have selected right hand side part? There is a reason. Because to the right hand side part, if I count the total reactions or forces, so then I can say that total 1, 2, 3 and 4 forces are acting towards the right part. But if I consider the left hand side part, so total reactions in the calculations will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then it is always, I can say that, easy to calculate minimum forces and then to solve the unknown. So with this case, I can say that total forces acting towards the rightward part are less. That's why select the select the right part, because the right side part of the truss carries minimum forces. So now at this case, with simple calculations, with minimum calculations, we can solve the truss. Now by applying the condition summation of moment equals to 0 at the point E, I can say that this is the cut part, right hand side part I have selected. For that I have drawn the free body diagram. This is the particular triangle you can see here, which is not cut under the section line, but CB, EB, EF is cut under the section line. So I have shown axial force tension in these members like this. So now moment at point E I have taken, so that EF and EB's moment should be 0, and we can find out CB from this. So now the magnitude of CB I found from this moment equation equals to 21 kilonewton. Positive answer it is. That's why the assumption is correct. I have assumed this member as tensile, so the nature of this member is also tensile. That's why answer comes positive. Now the next, summation of fx and summation of fy condition we have to apply over this part only, over this cut section part. So now with this case, you can see that the summation fx and summation fy conditions I have applied, and by applying the conditions of equilibrium we got these two equations again. In this case, one unknown is FEB and another unknown is FEF. As you know that the members are defined with magnitude and nature. So with this case, in this particular step, we have to find out the magnitude and nature of both the member EB and EF by solving these two equations simultaneously. In calculator, you can solve these equations by using the formulas which is available in the calculator. In the last lecture, I have explained it. You can see the last video for calculation of the unknown members, two unknown members, and by solving these two equations in calculator, we are getting the magnitude of FEB is equals to 8.43 kilonewton. Answer will comes positive if you solve it in calculator. That's why the assumption is correct, as we assume EB as tensile, so it carries the tension. Then the member EF comes as minus 29.53 kilonewton. It means that we assumed tension but answer comes minus. It indicates that the nature of the force EF is compressive. That's why it is 29.53 kilonewton compressive. Tabulate your answers. The members which are asked in magnitude and nature, and represent them like this. With this case, we can say that we have to conclude our answer with the support reaction with their correct magnitude and correct direction. GX, the answer comes for the GX positive 42 kilonewton, as our assumption was correct. For that case, I have mentioned it is as it is. AX comes negative. The assumption was wrong. That's why with correct magnitude 42 kilonewton in positive sense, we have shown it is towards leftward direction. AY is equals to 14 kilonewton. Magnitude was positive. That's why assumption was correct. We assumed it upward. AX and AY is the reaction on the hinge. For them, I have defined here the resultant reaction, and the resultant reaction comes with this formula: root of AX square plus AY square. By substituting AX and AY in this equation, I found RA is equals to 44.27 kilonewton. AX negative, AY positive. It represents the second quadrant. So in second quadrant, that RA having some angle with respect to x-axis, and that angle is theta A. It is 18.43. It is find out by using tan theta A is equals to mode of, it is AY upon AX. With this case, substituting AX and AY and taking theta is equals to tan inverse of mode of AY by AX, we having this angle 18.43.